Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking all about the American Eagle interview, and this was requested a ton. So some of you guys may not know that I work at American Eagle as well as YouTube. So it's just been requested a lot for me to talk about the interview process, the orientation, how I got the job, and what it's like working there. So I'm only going to be talking about the interview and the orientation in this part if you guys want me to talk about like my experience and stuff, because I am unfortunately quitting soon because I have to go back home for Christmas and I'll be there for a really long time, so it's just not possible for me to keep my job here and be in Massachusetts. To do that video of like my experience, I can still do it, and it'll just be a separate video, but comment down below if you guys want that. So yeah, let's just get started. So the first thing is obviously you have to apply, and what I did was when I moved here, I used to work at Wet Seal, which is another retail store if you guys don't have Wet Seal near you. So I walked in because I was gonna transfer to Wet Seal here. So I walked into American Eagle and I was like, why didn't I just apply here too? Like, it just looks way more fun, and the hours that I would be getting at that Wet Seal just weren't going to be good. So I decided to apply for American Eagle as well, and I talked to the manager and I was like, hey, can I get an application? So after I asked for an application, she just asked me a couple questions really fast. If I had worked in retail before, if like what I needed the job for, and at the time I was applying I applied in July, so it was kind of close to back to school, so she asked me if I was available for Labor Day and a lot of hours during the school, like back to school right before school started, and I said yes, obviously. And whenever an employer asks you if you're available for something, you say yes. You don't like be like, oh, I don't think that'll fit into my schedule, unless it seriously won't, but you try to make as much time for a job as possible. Then before I even applied, she set me up for an interview. I don't want to say this as like weird as it sounds, but they do base you kind of off of your looks. Not like that much, but like how you dress and how like your personality is. If you're really outgoing and bubbly, that's what American Eagle wants. So they're gonna be like, okay, we want to set up an interview for her right away, especially if it's during a time where they are hiring a lot of people. Luckily for me, the manager that was interviewing me was new at being a manager for American Eagle, so that was really cool because she was like, I'm going along this whole thing just like you are. So the questions that they ask will probably be different because they go off this sheet and they pick and choose which questions they want to ask you. But they ask you the main question, like, what are you like? What is your background like? So I started that I was from Massachusetts and I went to a private Catholic school. I was into film, softball, cheerleading, and you just want to give yourself more credit than normally you would. So, okay, that was a really, really crazy face that I just made. And coaching cheerleading and being in cheerleading, and my retail experience before, that's also something that they really look for. It's not required at all because a lot of my fellow employees at American Eagle haven't had any retail experience before they were hired for that job, but luckily for me I had like 6 months, and that's what they want to look for. So honestly, if you have 6 months of prior retail, then they're going to be like, yes, we want you, because you know what you're doing already. They don't have to do that much training. It's very minimal. And yeah, they really like that. About your background, they ask you kind of what you're like are you bubbly, are you outgoing, what you suit for well, so that they can position you, like if you're going to be on the floor or cashier or back in stock. They give you a couple different scenarios, especially if you have retail work, then they'll ask you like, when has this happened? Or if you haven't had it, then they'll be like, what would you do if this happened? So like an example would be like, what would you do if you were filling a wall and a customer asked you to open a fitting room, but then another customer needed to be rung out? So obviously this would really only apply if you were cashier trained, but then you would be like, oh, well, filling the wall would be my last priority. Then I would say, oh, I'll be with you right in a moment, to the person at the register, or I would call somebody else who is register trained that is working to help them out, and then go unlock the fitting room for the person. Different scenarios like that, which is honestly just like common sense stuff, so you can make it up off the top of your head. Don't be nervous when you go in for your interview. Honestly, just be super, super outgoing and you'll do great. Do not be nervous. Don't be like who you aren't. Be yourself, I guess. Totally, really, really be outgoing. Talk to the manager that's interviewing you, and being an orientationist whoever's training you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys have any more questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments. I have figured out how to comment back. Darn you, Google+, I figured it out. I will see you guys later. Bye. Hello, vlog channel. I have a surprise. I have a giveaway for you guys.